What? Sister, who was working for that money? I'm sorry to that man. Are you telling me that I be sweating over here for these pesos? And you telling me that I cannot touch my money until I die? I'ma finish you and I'ma go touch my money. Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy Luis Porteles, and for today's video we have a very special reaction because we are going back to Miss Love Marie Escudero, also known as Heart Evangelista. I had the opportunity to film two previous reactions to Heart Evangelista because a lot of you actually requested video from her. I was not familiar at all with her, and I have to admit that at first I was going into the reaction with a little bit of prejudice. However, it took literally 30 seconds for me to start appreciating this woman. The videos that I was watching were closet tours. However, I felt that I was able to learn a lot about her as a person and about her values from those simple type of videos. So you can only imagine my reaction when I saw that she released a brand new video talking about her 36th birthday and the 10 lessons that she has learned so far. For a lot of people, this might just be a video of Heart talking about herself. For me personally, this is a way to get to know her better and get a better understanding of the person behind the celebrity. Now, if you want to hear my reactions and my opinions about what she had to say, then keep watching this video. In the meantime, don't forget to leave a like so that it gets recommended to more people. Also, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, let me know in the comment section which one of the 10 lessons was your favorite one and which one are you going to apply to your own life. Now, without further ado, my friends, let's get into today's video. I really hope that you'll enjoy it.
Be strong.
Hi, it's Heart or Love Marie, however you'd like to call me, and welcome back to my channel. As of you who know, I just turned 36 and it is such a blessing. Today I wanted to share all the things that I've actually went through in life. When I turned 30, I was actually
I'm excited for that.
Getting old, but now as I get older, I realize that, you know, aging is such a blessing or a privilege. But of course, aside from all of the other things, getting older is also about becoming wiser. So of course, along with aging, turning 36, comes wisdom, experiences, frustrations, and all of the in-between. So today I am going to be sharing with you the 10 best life lessons I've learned so far. So let us begin.
Okay.
Number one would probably be, it's okay to lose some friends. I remember way back in high school and grade school, I used to get bullied so much. So I always had this yearning, or I wish that I had more friends. I always would change myself to belong or for people to accept me. And then I eventually joined showbiz. And you know, there are a lot of people that I've met, of course, along the way that were very kind. I remember having friends, and I was never, again, I also mentioned this in one of my interviews, I was never again the queen bee. In fact, I think it's because I want to have friends so much that I'm so...
But now she is, though.
I don't want to be the center of attention. I just want to belong, actually. You know, so in showbiz, I would get frustrated because I thought that since we worked together, we were taping Friends, that it would last longer. This is when I was like 16, ganyan, and I was still so young. So I would really cry.
Wait, so she was 16 back in the day, which means that this woman has been on the business for literally 20 years. Props to her. That's more than half her entire life.
Whenever I feel that na-attend sila sa akin or parang ginagawa mo lahat, di ka accepted, ganyan. And I never got to let go of that because, you know, it was just a vicious cycle in showbiz. You meet people and then chika-chika lang, and that's when I realized, okay, this is just PR or it's just socials.
Yeah.
So not necessarily that you'll meet your lifetime friend in your workplace or all of that, and that's okay because in a way, when I look back, yeah, there are some things that were done that was painful, but then I don't think that they meant it also. Hindi lang kayo bagay, and that's okay too. So as you go through life, you do meet people that come and go, some will stay, and at the end of the day, I think it's all about having a core group. You don't have to be somebody with lots of friends for people to see that you're accepted or you have credibility or you're a good person. I don't think people should always say na, madami siyang kaibigan kaya mabait siya. No, it's not always like that. It's important lang that you have your core, can be 2 people, can be your family, and then plus 1 good friend. That's just it. Now, if you're blessed with a lot of friends, well, good for you. As long as you're a good person, and you don't feel ill about anybody, and just think it as character development and growth. And don't worry, because you'll always find someone that will be there for you, whether you're down, which is the easiest, by the way.
I really like her reflection. This is so mature.
Someone that's down. It's usually when you're up there or you're successful that it gets lonely. So, may darating at may darating. So don't feel bad, and it doesn't mean you're a bad person if you lost a person or a friend. No, it's not like that. It's actually okay to outgrow people. That's just really part of life, and it's normal.
Tell them, Queen. Okay, quick pause. I really like her approach to friendship and outgrowing people, because it's something that at some point all of us have to go through that. It doesn't matter if it was your childhood friends, if it was your high school friends, work colleagues. It doesn't matter. At some point you outgrow them. I don't think it's a negative thing. People change, people evolve, and at some point you're not gonna have the same connection with someone from 10 years ago, because you are no longer the same person that you were 10 years ago. This type of thinking comes with age and maturity, because when you are younger, you need that social security. You need people around you. You need friends to feel accepted, to feel loved, to feel included within a social environment.
Next would be, which is so important, you have to be with someone who doesn't hold you back or allows you to grow. I have like a
loudest sister for the people in the back.
That is such a lie. And hindi ko nakadami yung boyfriend ko, but I did date a lot of guys, and I'm fine. I'm glad I did. I've met so many people. I had a boyfriend.
My sister has been around the block.
He wasn't
just like
I hardly talked
myself.
About him or spoke about him. Sad to say, he was actually just a rebound. Just kidding. But I really wanted to work because I wanted to get over someone. But he was really cruel. I remember for how many years after, I couldn't go to a certain area in Manila because I was so traumatized. He was controlling. My mom was in charge of my money then, but he would tell me that, you know, if we do end up together, you can't touch your money until you die, or your kids can ganyan. You have to live a simple life.
What? Sister, who was working for that money? I'm sorry to that man. Are you telling me that I've been sweating over here for these pesos, and you're telling me that I cannot touch my money until I die? I'ma finish you and I'ma go touch my money.
Aside from that, was fine. Okay lang yun. The idea of working wasn't really in the cards. You're too revealing. It's not ladylike, yung mga ganyan. Such a turn off. You have to be with somebody who will allow you to experiment. It's about getting to know yourself even more. You know, even if I'm 36, I'm still getting to know myself. I'm still discovering so many things about myself. And you have to be with somebody who's on the same page, or else you're stuck, you're not gonna grow. I really believe in we are equals. Of course, I look at Cheese and I respect him and his decisions because he is the man of the house. But he allows me to say what I want. He allows me to wear what I want. He allows me to work. And he inspires me to do that. And because he's like that to me, I'm a happy person. Happy wife, happy life. I think it's really important that
happy wife, happy life.
And get married, you really need to get to know the person. Don't rush. Once you're married, you're married. If you feel like it's not time, it's alright. There's no judgment. You wanna break up and see the world, do what you need to do, because at the end of the day, you gotta end up with somebody that's not gonna control you, that's gonna make you bloom as a person. And that's
bloom as a person.
Wonderful to share a life with someone like that.
If the relationship ain't like that, I don't want it, you can keep it. I think that she was pretty clear with her point. But I'd like to add, and we tend to overlook, is that this has to go in both sense. Usually we want people to like give us the freedom to do whatever we want, to go and work, to go and wear this, to go and do that. But when it comes to time for us to give the other person the same liberty, some of us have problems with that. So I think that a healthy relationship should be two people uplifting each other instead of one dragging the other towards the bottom or restricting you in life. In the long term, that's not gonna work because you're gonna be unhappy. You can stay and be unhappy for the rest of your life, but who has time for that? You only got one life, baby girl.
Okay, so number 3, it's really okay to not be okay and to ask for help and actually forgive yourself for feeling a certain way or being a certain way. You know, I spoke about mental illness and depression and anxiety, and not a lot of people actually know that I went through something so bad. It probably doesn't seem bad because, you know, I'm wearing this nice Chanel jacket. But these things don't matter if you're not happy or if you're going through something in your mind. Really.
I have to pause for a second because this is why I love her. This is why I love her. This is a woman with a lot of money, with a lot of nice things, luxury. But even at that point, with that level of success in life, she still has her head on her shoulders. Did you listen to that? All of those things don't matter. You look at her, oh, her life must be so beautiful because she has all this money. Look at her clothes, her shoes, her jewelry, her bags. There is no amount of money in the world who's gonna buy you happiness. And I think that at 36 years old, that is a very mature realization to have. The fact that life is not always perfect. It's not always like this. Sometimes it's gonna go down, sometimes it's gonna go back up. And it's just what it is, baby. You keep riding it until the end.
When I went through something, I thought my accessories, my bags would give me a purpose to live.
No.
I didn't know how I got into that black hole. And I remember of thinking of the worst things. Like, I felt I was left with no choice but to kind of end things. It was really that bad. Now I can talk about it. I'm so glad that I'm out of it. It's because I wasn't ashamed.
Ending things is never,
really
ever, ever the answer.
It's just
never.
a matter of making sure
because there's no
you talk to
going
the
back.
right people. And I saw a doctor. I even took certain meds for that time. And I'm not ashamed to say that because I'm in a better place now. And I'm so glad that I did that because why would I waste life? Why would I waste
Why would I waste life?
And why would I do that to the people who love me?
Look at the chills.
And I just also know as a person, I have so much love in my heart. Why would I waste that? So if you're going through something, don't be ashamed. I remember feeling like a lemon, like a reject in a factory, that what's wrong with me? But no, it's actually okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be perfect.
Preach.
It's normal that you're not perfect.
Amen.
And everybody needs a little guidance from time to time.
Hallelujah.
So if something really, really bad,
Mm-hmm.
the first step is to talk to somebody. And if that person isn't giving you the right advice, talk to somebody else. Just keep talking to people. And you will find that person that will direct you and say, okay, you know, itong gagawin natin. You will do ito, ganyan. Ayusin natin to, kaya mo yan. That's just how simple it is. And believe me, you will get over it.
You will.
But
Yeah.
the moment that you keep stalling, it's just going to carry on and it's just going to make you weaker. And your immunity to this load you're carrying, it won't last very long because I was almost there. But yes, talk to someone. That's the
Wow. Wow. After this reflection, my level of respect and admiration for her increased by like 10 times. I think it's very important to spread that message because we often look at celebrities, we often look at influencers, actors, actresses, singers, and we want their lives. We wanna have what they have. We cannot imagine them being almost human. She was very, very close to it, but at the same time, she looked for help. And if you're not satisfied with what you're getting from one person, then leave that over there and go to the next one. And keep pushing because you only have one life. You cannot waste your life. You don't have the luxury of wasting your life because you only get one. So, if you're watching my video right now and you're having dark thoughts, don't do it, baby. It's not worth it. Message me if you want to. I don't know. Go on my Instagram, go on my Facebook, whatever. Reach for someone. And I promise you, you will not regret it.
And also, I wanted to add that we're so lucky that people are actually talking about this so openly, unlike before. I am 36 and imagine way back pa, if you talk about it, ay baliw, may lahi na baliw, ganyan-ganyan, or huwag ka na mag-anak, baliw ka, ganyan-ganyan, or reject ka, ganyan. They were already typecasted, but now it's all right to talk about it. And even if you have conservative families or parents, talk to a friend. Sometimes you have to do things on your own because you need to survive. And really, when it comes to mental health, you cannot draw strength from someone. You have to work on yourself. Yourself is the only one that's going to save you. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be 26 years in a few months. And if I think back maybe like 10 years ago, talking about depression, anxiety, dark thoughts, anything, the perception of it was completely different. And I think that it's very positive to see the change that we have accomplished in the last 10 years alone. It's just outstanding. So, especially now that there are so many resources available for people out there and that you can get the support, you just have to express the need for it and you will get it. Oh, yeah. This video is really much deeper than what I was expecting.
The next one would be allowing yourself to be happy and do what you want and not be afraid of slowing down to put yourself first.
She's really hitting me with like the
Work
philosophical
or leisure
thinking
or
right here.
shopping. If may pinag-iipunan ka tapos nagigilty ka, ganyan, bibilhin mo ba o hindi. I'm very, very guilty of this because I'm such a workaholic. And sometimes when I just skip one day and I rest, the next day my requirements doubles. So it's very, very hard.
AKA me posting 5-6 videos a week.
And you just chill, nap, watch Netflix, do what you want, eat what you want. It recharges you. And the next day, magically, you have a different outlook and a different energy. And you're more happy to do work, which is always hard, but it's just different. It makes such a huge difference. And also, you have to prioritize again yourself. You have to make yourself happy in order to work, in order to sacrifice things for other people. It's not always about me. No, it's about, yes, it's about you, but you need to make sure that you're in a good place so you can give yourself away a little bit to share with people. So when it comes to your kids or your family, hindi naman pwedeng sacrifice all the way. I appreciate that from people, and it's really like bow down. But I think it's important for ladies or mothers out there, you know, even if it's hard. I mean, I've seen it. I mean, of course, people say, oh, wala ka namang anak na. But it's not even about that. I've seen it firsthand. I also have kids here at home. Kahit konting time para sa sarili mo is very, very important and will go a long way. And I think it's also important that the people around you see that you never neglect yourself, because you also want them to grow up with self-worth. So I think it's very important.
Wow. This woman is spitting facts on this video, honestly. And this is something that I think everyone can relate to, right? We are so harsh on ourselves because society has shaped our minds to believe that we cannot stop being productive. It's not okay to take a day off. It's not okay to take some me time. It's not okay to go and treat yourself. Hell, I work my butt off. I save money. I work like 12 hours a day, and then I feel bad because I'm gonna go take a vacation. I feel bad because I'm gonna go and buy myself something that is kind of like a guilty pleasure. When am I gonna benefit from the product of my hard work? When? When I'm dead? Doesn't make sense. So far, this is the tip that I think I have to apply the most to myself.
Another, since we do live in a world of social media, it can be great or it can be vicious and ugly. It's just really a matter of how you see it. So I remember before when I used to get bashed a lot a couple of years ago, and I would be bashed every day for years. Everything I did, I was just bashed. I couldn't get it. And I'm so glad that I didn't have my anxiety at the time because, oh my God, can you imagine? I remember she's telling me, di quit. Di mo kaya, di quit. Stop posting. You put yourself out there. Be open to what people are going to say. If you put yourself out there because you want to be seen, then live with it. But if you put yourself out there because you're happy with what you're doing and you just want to share your pictures, then don't look at the bad side. Look at the people that you want to make happy. You know, because I'm such a people pleaser, and it's not that it matters to me, but I like to dress up, I like to put makeup, I like to, you know, have my vlogs and all, because I want to entertain people. I want them to be happy. I want to inspire people. Now, if somebody says something bad, of course, sometimes when, you know, I worked out 2 times a day that day and I was really tired and my immune system was down, I was weak, pinatulan ko. I have my moments, but 98% of the time, I'm happy. And I feel social media, yes, it can be bad, there are pros and cons, but it is such a beautiful platform that is, I feel, amazing for so many people, big or small. It's a platform that you can use to inspire, to be inspired, to help, to meet people, and to see the world without going anywhere. It's a beautiful place, but if you can't handle it, step out. Sayang naman. So try to work on it.
This one really gave me the chills, and it's precisely because I'm guilty of this. I remember for my very first video that I made about Heart, I was ready to drag her through the mud because I was sure that people were sending me her video because it was gonna be one of those situations of, oh, rich lady bragging about being rich and having a privileged life. And you guys know me as a kind reactor, but I can also give you the truth raw. I don't mind. For that video, I was ready to like, okay, if she's bragging, if she's bringing people down, I'm just gonna let her have it. From like the 2nd minute of that video, I was in love with Heart. And I was amazed because it showed that she had passion for what she was doing. And I believe her because on the 2nd video that I made, she actually took the time to comment on my video with her official channel. If you're a celebrity and you're just doing it for the views and the fame and the money, you don't care. But she actually took the time to go and browse what people were saying about her, how they were perceiving her. She took the time to tell me that she appreciated me. Like, who am I? Who? Like, Luis Portales, who? When you have the right thing in your heart, it just shows. And also try to give people a chance and not be so judgmental from the beginning just based on appearance.
Step out. Sayang naman. So try to work on it. So next would be consistency is key. When I look back at myself before, although I tried to change, I tried to become bohemian, I tried to change ganyan, but at the end of the day, this is really who I am, and I've always been consistent. I would fight for who I am. Of course, I'd falter at times because I wanted somebody to love me for what they wanted me to be. But this is who I am, and now that
We've all been there.
I celebrate myself as who I am.
We know what that feels
so
like.
liberated and confident. Even when I decide about something, I know what I want, and I don't falter or I don't adjust because kasi hindi mo gugustuhan. No, I love myself already for who I am because she struggled a lot in the past. And so also consistency is key when it comes to, aside from your individuality, when it comes to your health. You know, you can't expect to be healthy if you're really messing up your body. I remember before when I was younger, I used to take diet pills and it really messed up my system. I remember before I would become sickly or nahihimatay ako kasi my diet was so messed up. What I learned as I got older and mature is you really have to work out. There is no shortcut. Or if you don't work out, 80% of what you put in your mouth will dictate the body you have. And I know we don't have Whole Foods, groceries all the time, but it's really making the better choice.
Yeah.
Being healthy, staying fit, gives you a longer life, gives
True.
you more time to have, wonderful moments here on earth. Another thing a lot of people ask me also is about my skin, about my age, that I'm 36. And I've always been consistent. I'm glad that I had a mom that would, nag me about my skin and pag matulog ka dapat ganon, parang hindi nakaganon. So you have to be very consistent if that is something that you want to take care of. You have to really start early.
Yeah.
Hindi yung today ko lang naisipan, but it's never too late as well. Being a Pond's girl also, because talking about skin and all of that, I've been with them for a really long time. And I remember at that time, I was still very young, wild, and free. I think I was already with cheese then. I was very tanned. I loved the beach. Although I would always moisturize because my mom would tell me moisturize, 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 I wasn't so much of a sunblock girl. And so I remember I needed something to cover up or have coverage and then have SPF, and I became the BB girl. And I remember how I got that was I was in El Nido and I was talking about how obsessed I was with Pond's BB cream, and I didn't know that the boss of Pond's was right beside me, and she was like, ah. So yeah, that's how I got it.
That's the universe.
That I was officially a Pond's girl. It came shortly after.
The universe got you that opportunity,
just,
girl.
What? And at that time, I remember I was all right. Like I was never really the type to be super famous. I was like, Pond's? And so I was very, very happy because they're such a good brand, and I've always been such a fan of Pond's. My mom would put Pond's all over her neck and arms and elbows and knees and toes. So
wow.
I grew up with Pond's, so I was very, very happy. I just remember it was a or a like that. I remember that it was for the Pond's BB cream, and it was me looking in the mirror, and the girl in the mirror had longer hair, and the girl looking in the mirror was wearing a ponytail. It was both me, but I remember that because I was just so nervous, but also happy because they were going to give me a lot of Pond's BB cream.
My girl was in for the free treats, huh? But now that she's talking about skin, I really, really, really love her skin. It shows that she takes care of her skin really, really well. So I would love to see her skincare routine if she has one. I have to look for it. Maybe there's a video or something. And yeah, I think that taking care of your skin, of your body, of your diet, it's mandatory. It's something that you cannot play with because it is directly linked to your health. And I feel like especially for women, there's such a high level of pressure when it comes to this, to looking young, to looking youthful, to looking fresh all the time, at all times. A few times during the video, I noticed that she says, well, now that I'm old, she's 36. Guys, she's 36 years old. Humans can live up to 120 years. And although that's rare, like a lot of people get to their 80s, their 90s, right? She's not even halfway through her life. She has so many more things to experience in life. However, at this point, she already feels like she's old, and the danger with that is that at some point she's gonna start fitting into the mold that society wants to put us in. Oh, you cannot do this because you are older. Oh, you cannot this because you're a woman of a certain age. Oh, you cannot wear this because you don't look as young anymore. It's all about how you feel inside and what you want to do with your remaining years.
Which I love. Especially that's why you have to endorse something that you sincerely, genuinely love, because everything's gonna turn out natural and you can ad-lib and talk about your experience and know what you're talking about. So I love shooting stuff like that for Pons. I also saw a video. That's the Pons Promise. It was nice because it was very emotional. The music that they also used in that video, and it was talking about.
I have to check out those commercials. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that was nice. Every time I shoot for Pons, it's always an experience because Pons is such a huge brand, a trusted brand, super credibility, and that's why it's nice to kind of grow with them, age
Is this
with them,
video
so that
sponsored by
they're there
Pons
every
by any
step of
chance?
the way, each chapter of my life. So whenever I do something for Pons, there's just so much history and so much for me to share because I've been with them for a long time. That's just who I am as a person. I'm very in Tagalog, vanidosa. And I really believe
Vanidosa.
if you spend time to take care of
I'm
something, you
vanidoso.
get better. And if you invest your time and efforts into something good's gonna come out of it. I would always take care of my skin. When I was younger, not as much. But I remember when I turned 25, I started to really care more. And it's all about prevention. Again, when you talk about the
Agreed.
lines
Prevention
on your
is
face,
important.
or when you talk about aging, when you talk about skincare, it's like looking at the map of her life. Like her face is the map of her life. You try to take care of not have wrinkles and all of that. It's about aging gracefully.
Yeah.
And again, like what I said a while ago, to be part of a brand for a long time, it's nice because it's a journey. I remember looking back when I was still Pons BB Cream and I saw how elegant looking the Women of Anti-Aging campaign were. I was like, wow, aabot kaya ako dyan? It's just wonderful. I celebrate aging. I celebrate it with grace. Oh my
Yes,
God.
queen.
I am
Yes.
such a people pleaser, like what I said, but you cannot keep worrying about pleasing somebody or not pleasing them.
Haters.
Sometimes we put so much energy thinking, na-offend ko ba siya? Parang hindi niya ako gusto, parang hindi niya ako bet. But honestly, they're probably not even thinking about you. Although this is the hardest for me because I really do care a lot about na-offend ko ba siya or was I not too friendly or hindi niya nakita yung smile ko kasi nakamask
No,
ko.
girl. The other day, I was reading an article and it was so interesting because it suggested that in our heads, it's almost like a movie and we always play the main character. Other people around us, they have secondary roles. But for some reason, we always think that people are thinking about us. What do they think about me? What do they have to say? Do they accept me? Are they going to ignore me? It's a normal feeling for a human being to experience that type of fear. However, most of the time people are too busy caring about themselves. And that applies to so many aspects of our lives that if we just get over it, we will be so much happier.
Guna naman ako. And that really consumes me. I remember I was talking to my
Don't
friend,
let it consume you, girl.
We
You're
were
too
on our
smart
way
for
to
this.
Sorsogon. It's a really dangerous ride. So you go through the bituka ng manok. It's like an area. And I remember telling him, it's alright kahit mag 10 hours tayo, wag na natin gawing 7. Basta safe tayo. And I remember I woke up because they were really speeding like that, and then they would take over.
No.
One time, he pressed the brakes kasi nung nag-take over siya, may dumating na truck, binalik niya. I'm still struggling how to make pagsabihan someone, wag mo na kasing pilitin, yung ganyan. So, kuya, pwedeng wag masyadong mabilis. Tapos, pag nakatulog na ako, tapos, ganun. Sabi ko, kuya, wag masyadong mabilis, baka mabangga tayo, gumanon ako. You know, just saying that when I raised my voice like that, exactly like that, hindi na ako makatulog. Diyos ko, 3 a.m. na umaga. Kasi sabi ko, shucks, baka na-offend ko siya, baka feeling bad siya, mabangga kami.
Ah?
Going back to what I'm saying, lessons in life, don't so much. Basta wala ka namang ginawang masama. Now, if you really feel na may ginawa kang masama, give him a last touch. Like, okay yun, or something. Then go. But stop worrying about people so much. Minsan nasa kanila lang kung gusto ka nila.
If you think you did something wrong, try your best to like fix it.
Baka naman.
Don't overthink it.
Nag-try ka pero not enough, hindi ka lang gusto, nasa kanila na yun. Minsan di ka lang talaga nila gusto, in short, kahit mabait ka. As long as you know you're a good person, try not to worry about what they say. Try hard. It
Yeah.
works. At least it's 86% of the time. It still makes a big difference instead of thinking about it so much.
I always use a quote that I learned from Cher. If something is not going to matter in 5 years, then it doesn't matter at all. And when you think about it, that takes away a lot of stress from a lot of situations. I apply that every single day.
Family is really everything at the end of the day. I've gone through so much with my family. Looking back, of course, I had my angry moments. I was rebellious, but I never really thought that they were bad. Because even if I don't agree up to this day with some things, some things that they love me and they have a different way of showing it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'll always be there for my family. Family really comes first. Kasi sila yung nandun nung hindi ka sikat. Sila yung nandun pag wala kang pera. Sana lahat ng magkamag-anak, kung kailangan mo mangutang, nandyan sila pa rin yun without interest. And everybody else will fade. Family is really, at the end of the day, very, very important. And I think no matter what happens in the outside world when it comes to your work or your relationships, what's important is you always have a home that you can go to at the end of the day. That is such a blessing. Like me, my sister Camille, para kami aso pusa, and we were actually known in the family na grabe mag-away yan. But, you know, at a certain age, we understood each other. But it fits like a glove. And so I really, really treasure my sister. In fact, when I'm very, very old, so I'm not gonna remarry. And I told my sister, tayong dalawa na lang magsasama. Tayong dalawa. So yeah, family is everything.
Family is
Don't forget
everything.
your dogs too.
I'm thinking as an example of my LGBT people out there, and sometimes family is not an option, but you still can have a chosen family. Friends that you include in your life and that you make them a part of your life as if they were related to you by blood. That's very important. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if there is a blood link or not, for as long as you have that connection.
Another one is you must love yourself first. You cannot give what you don't have. So in a
How the hell you
relationship,
gonna love somebody else if you don't love yourself?
If you
Can I
don't
get a
put
name up in here?
yourself first, how can you take care of other people? But if your love tank for yourself is full, even if the love tank or what their language of love they give you, the outside world when it comes to your work or your relationships, what's in such a blessing? The family na grabe mo, it fits like a glove. Another one is you must love yourself first. You cannot give what you don't have.
Wow.
So in a relationship, going back to being married or being with anybody,
If you're gonna love yourself,
put
how the hell you gonna love
yourself
somebody
first, how
else?
you
Can I
take
get a
care
name
of
up
other
in
people?
here?
But if your love tank
Let me
for
know in the
yourself
comment if you
is
know that
full,
show.
even if the love tank or what their language of love they give you, you don't have to demand so much from everyone around you if you're actually okay on your own.
Yeah.
And I feel if you're like that, you can love people even better. Because sometimes it's draining to be with someone na, ano ba, you're not ganito, you're not ganyan,
Needy is the word for that.
You expect so much from people. That's the sad thing. It has nothing to do with their bad.
Don't be needy.
But some people say, kasi ganito siya, hindi siya okay na boyfriend. Sometimes, okay naman siya eh. Mabait siya. You guys are good friends, diba? As a boyfriend and girlfriend. Pero minsan some people can try to drain the life out of you because sila yung may kulang sa sarili nila. And so I feel that you have to be complete. You have to love yourself first in order to love. When you love someone, you can't have expectations so much from the person. If they give, wow, let's get married. You know, but if they don't and they're actually a good person, chill. Diba? So put yourself first. It'll change a lot of things.
Yeah.
Perspective is key. So changing your perspective changes everything. Sometimes when you're
That is
such
a major
worrywart,
reflection right there.
I remember a friend was
And I
asking,
agree
"Let's
with
go
it,
on the
100%.
yacht and sleep over." It turned out to be one of the best trips, but I missed it because I was too afraid that, oh my God, mag-capsize yung yacht, baka there's an unexpected storm, tapos kakainin tayo ng mga pating. I'm always this way. I also, because grew up very sheltered, so I have so many fears just going to the toilet in Paris, baka mataken ka. So mga ganyan. It's not that you're
Going
not
to the
careful,
toilet.
but
Am I
it's
gonna
the
get
way
abducted?
you look at things. For example, with work, you keep complaining, parang mahal ko naman ito nung umpisa, pero ngayon nakaka-buisit, nakaka-anxiety lang. Stop complaining because at the end of the day, mahirap talaga kumita ng pera. And at the end of the day, it's work. So know the difference of work and pleasure. So yeah, that's a big difference. So when you're working, okay, I'm gonna be cerebral, I'm gonna work. And then I'm so tired, I'm so inis, but it's okay. Kikita ko ng pera dito. And then after that, uwi, have red wine. diba? Watch Netflix. Get popcorn, a lot of butter and salt,
Mhm.
diba? And chill. So
Chill.
yun, iba yun. Because if you have a perspective na ano ba to, hindi ako masaya, parang hindi to para sa akin, kailangan ko hanapin yung pinakagusto, chuchu, ang bigat-bigat. Then, yung ilang hours mo naging times 10. So, you're more miserable. Iba talaga when you look at things differently. You'll be a bit more positive and things are lighter, you're less stressed, and you don't age as much. It's not that I'm imposing false positivity to you guys.
No.
I get it. I get that working is harder. I get certain situations are hard. People, okay, say, oh, hindi naman yun naranasan. I have my moments and my trash level of pain is different from yours. Iba-ibang push na dinadala natin. Just wanna put out there. It just helps a lot pag hindi ka masyadong negative with what you're doing. Because negative na yung ginagawa mo, negative ka pa, sasabog talaga yan. Lighten it up a bit by looking at it differently. There are always two sides of the story. There's always two perspectives. It's either you be...
I love her mind.
Be positive. Dito na tayo
If
sa
I was
positive.
straight,
Para pag
I'll marry her.
hindi
Well, she's already
positive sa
married, so
negative,
never
it
mind.
became Pogo Crunch. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so that was very light. It was still fun, a little heavy, light, whatever, but I enjoyed it and I hope you guys learned a few things from my life
We
lessons.
did, and I enjoyed
There's
it
much
too.
actually that I want to share, maybe a more unfiltered version of this eventually.
Yeah.
But for now, that's it. This has been Heart. I will see you again. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below if there's anything else you want to talk about.
Yeah, I will do that, Queen. Thank you. I love the video. Alright, everyone, so I'm not going to extend too much because I think that the video itself was pretty self-explanatory, but I wanted to touch a few points. I love how down to earth she is. She's able to open herself like a book, completely talking about age, talking about struggles, depression, anxiety, social media, self-love, perspective in life. These are things that very often you don't get from influencers. And even when you get them, I feel like you get the filtered version of it, just to make themselves look good. And something that I appreciate is that within this video, she did not only talk about the positive things, but she also talked about the harsh times during her life. We can easily overlook this type of videos because it's just hard talking. But if you take the time to sit down, analyze, listen, and try to learn from what she's saying, you can really find things that you can apply to your own life that will help you become a better person, that will inspire you to go even further. Alright everyone, I really hope that you enjoyed my video. If you did, please leave a like so that it gets recommended to more people. Also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. What else can you ask? Last but not least, as usual, before you go, come here and give me a hug because you know that I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming and spending a few minutes out of your day here with me. That's a privilege. I'm always glad to see you guys. And until I see you next time, please be kind to one another. Stay safe. Sending you all my love, all my kisses. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.